And let's see here, share screen. Share. There we go. There, start. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. Today's topic, ways to increase listings in a tight market. I know we had a few weeks off. Debbie and I have been very busy doing things, helping agents and
Yep.
training them on all these changes. So, but we want to start carving out some time again and do some training. So remember, always reach out to each of us if you want to go more in detail about any of these topics. But we'll jump right into it. Ways to increase listings in a tight market. So go ahead, Deb, run into it.
So these are just some listing strategies basically for you can use for anything, but there's so many agents that ask me all the time these days, how am I going to increase my business, right? How am I going to jump over this hurdle of all this slowness? We don't have any houses on the market right now. So we, as real estate agents, need to drum up the business so that we do get the listing. So expanding your market strategies is going to be one way to do that. And you have to get yourself out there. If you happen to have any listings at all, you can post your property website and the graphics to your listing on your social media. And anyone who is working through Homestar, that's your Moxie, right? So your Moxie Impress creates a whole marketing kit for you. You just have to use it. You can mail a flyer to your sphere with relevant contact or content or fun facts if you don't have any listings, right? So drumming up business is contacting people and just giving them stuff, but having your brand at the bottom of it or on the back of it. That promotes you, right? Using newspaper ads. There's still people that do use newspaper ads, just in case you didn't know. So like there is a little
Right.
local newspaper that's over by where I live, and some of the agents out there, they do put little ads in that newspaper. Um, it only comes out once a week, but it gets them, you know, eyeballs. Oh yeah, look, there's a little thing right there. You don't have to make a big newspaper ad, but a small one will work. Or you can even do the online newspaper ads too if you wanted to do that and stay with the online theme.
Yeah, no,
Team up with a buddy and host an event, so that you're having someone help you absorb the cost of that event.
right. And also, I mean, you got to use your listings. I mean, it's a way, so many times agents ask when they're contacting their sphere of influence and people are like, no, and advertising themselves, like, what content? What do I say? You have a new listing. Let everybody know. So you never know where someone's going to come from, so you should be not just so many agents and Deb, agree with this. Just marketing their listing is just about selling their listing and put it on the MLS and just let it go from there and do nothing else. Use what you have to market yourself. You know,
Yeah.
that's important.
Yep. And here's a couple more reasons why or ways to do that, right? You can prospect around a sale. So maybe you don't have any listings, but you had a buyer that you sold a home to. You can well, this is still talking about the listing, but you
Right.
prospect around the sale in the same way as what I was talking. I just got my slides mixed up and my thoughts mixed up.
That's all right.
Invite your neighbors to the first hour of your open house. So if you do have a listing or you're showcasing an open house for someone else's listing in your brokerage, that's another good way to get people, right? Hit the
Mhm.
neighbors first. So invite them to like the hour before type thing so that they're not uh mixing in with others. I mean, it's okay if they do, but sometimes when neighbors are hanging around and stuff like that, you they take away your time from the people that are actually buyers that are coming through. So if you invite them ahead of time, they get their own special private tour, so to speak, of that. Um,
Right. And it just opens up the door for a conversation, and you're not selling yourself, you're talking about the house that's, in their neighborhood. So there's nothing wrong with calling people, inviting them to an open house. Again, my legal opinion, but I'm not an attorney, or the do not call stuff. You're calling neighbors or door knocking neighbors. I would get a check on permits, but you're on behalf of the sellers or their neighbor, inviting them to an open house. It's an invitation. Hey, by the way, you're invited. It's an invitation. You're not selling a product. You're not saying, hey, list your house with me or buy this. So I tell agents, making calls to people, inviting them to an open house, I wouldn't be too worried about the do not call list. And also, you're not calling 300 people. You're probably calling a dozen or two, or more, a few. You're not, telemarketing, and those rules are for those companies calling thousands and thousands and thousands of people, not just 20 people in a neighborhood inviting them to an open house.
Right. It's an invitation to something. That's absolutely true. Um, you can offer the neighbors a free market analysis. So another plug for you guys for Homestar. If you're using MoxieWorks in your Moxie Engage, you have your neighborhood news. That's your free market analysis. You are not giving a comparable market analysis to someone. So not valuing their home, you're giving them the neighborhood market analysis, which shows them everything that's happening in the neighborhood so that they do want to come to you and sell their home or buy in that area. Mail the neighbors postcards of your sold properties. So if you sold a property in a neighborhood, and you had the buy side or the list side, but the buy side as well will work, hit all the neighbors in that neighborhood. And guess what, you guys, you know where you're going to find that information is on your MLS. It is so easy. If you don't know how to do it by now, all you got to do is call me, because I show this to people all the time. It is so easy to get that neighborhood information, and the
Yeah, and
labels
also,
are made right there.
you don't have to wait till you have a listing. You could send people. I mean, I get them at my own house. I know I love to see other agents marketing pieces. You're updating them every time. There's some agents out there that every time there's a sale in a certain neighborhood, or and they're farming that area, they say, "Hey, this house sold." It's not their listing. You're just public record. Here, this house is sold in your neighborhood down the street. If you're looking to, you want a free market analysis of your home, we'd love to give it to you. You can
Good
make those
call.
calls. You
Yep.
could go door to door. You could even or mail. So,
Yep.
all right, next there. Excuse me.
Network, network, and more network. I get that from the horse part of us, leg, leg, and more leg, right? So network, network, and more network. You want to always be networking, always talking to people, always establishing new relationships. That's one of the biggest things that we have to do as real estate agents. No wallflowers. You got to talk to people wherever you are. You have to talk to them. You have to establish new relationships with other professionals so that you can give them referrals and they can give you referrals. And by I mean professionals, it could be anybody, right? Anybody. It could be your lawyer, it could be your doctor, it could be your dentist, it could be a construction worker, it could be a plumber, it could be an electrician. Always exchange cards with everybody and talk about the fact that you're a real estate agent. Join a community organization or your chamber of commerce or a BNI group. A BNI group is going to have one person from each one of the categories so that you can all network together, right? And then you share ideas and such, right?
Yeah, the main thing is, I tell agents almost on a daily basis. It's like, how many new people did you talk to today, and what did you do to meet new people, add to your database? If you go, this is sales. My opinion is, and a nice little tough love. If you go, at the end of you go through a whole day and didn't do anything to try to reach out and meet new people somehow, and let them know you're in real estate, it's a small fail. That's your job, connecting with people and building your database of people that you're going to follow up with over a long period of time. That's your job. So,
Yep.
all right.
Ask your family and friends if they know 5 people that you can talk to, you know. Start out that way if you need to. Here's a few other ideas, right? The for sale by owners, we all want to hit them. Although I haven't really seen too many for sale by owner signs out lately, but they'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
They will. They always do. And just a little reminder that only about 11% of for sale by owner properties actually sell without a real estate agent. It used to be in the 20s and now it's down to 11%. So don't think that they don't want an agent involved. They just have their own views on what they want to pay for compensation and stuff. And guess what? It doesn't matter if you're a for sale by owner anymore now because everything is negotiable. It always has been. And for sale by owner just kind of proves that point, right? But they have somebody that has their back. So showing your value to a for sale by owner is definitely could get you even the buy side of it, even if it doesn't get the listing side of it.
Exactly.
Hit your expired listings, hit your absentee owners. So if you're living in a neighborhood where there's a house and it's just like so neglectful, right? Figure out the address. Again, go to your MLS in the public records and you can find out who owns that house and you can send them a letter. So, see if they want to do something with it. Sometimes people have that, oh yeah, I know I got to deal with that. I know I got to deal with that. And they never do. But if you're proactive and you reach out to them directly, they'll be like, oh yes, I do have to deal with that. Oh, you want to help me with that? Great, because I'm so busy, I don't even know where to start, right? You just got your in, but you won't know it if you don't contact them.
Exactly. And ask for referrals.
And ask for referrals. Send personal notes to everybody in your database. I'm so a personal note fan, it's not even funny. People really need to, they love it when you get a personal note in the mail. And I'm not talking about typing things out, you guys. I'm talking about sitting down and writing a little message,
Right.
printing a little message if you can't write, right? Print a little message to someone that you know. Guarantee they're going to put a smile on their face when they open that and see that you took a minute to actually think about them.
And also handwriting the envelope.
Yes, yes.
I know I open that. If I open up my mail, it's usually the handwritten ones first because anything with a sticker on or typed on it, I'm like, okay, that's just a bill or advertisement. But I see writing on it. Someone had to, personally
Yeah,
fill it out. So whatever it is, I like to open up those first.
yep, yep. Sometimes you got to put that personal touch in there so that they want to touch you back. Here is a little spark for your interest there. At the end of the summer newsletter, you can make one. You can buy them if you want to send them out in the actual mail through Express Stocks. If you want to send them out through your system, you're going to do it through your Moxie Engage. And these are all people that work with Homestar here. So if you're not with us and you just got intrigued by all those things I just said, contact us to join our brokerage. We have so much stuff that you guys have to use. It's not even funny. So
All right. And CE.
at
Come
the
on.
end of this month, we're going to have top 5 listing secrets. So I just touched on a few things to actually try and drum up some business, but Mike's going to give you a lot more information there straight from the horse's mouth, how to actually do the listing and be successful at it. And then in October, we got our spooky mortgage issues with Hush. We have DocuSign, the easy alternative to .loop, October 30th. And then there's our core law. I did talk to Mike a few weeks ago and he's like, I'm getting one, because I told him I need a law class.
Right.
So
Good.
there you go. Core law is going to be November 16th with Mike Ferrante.
Well, good. All right. Let's see here. Stop sharing. There we go. Well, thanks for joining us today, everyone. And remember, reach out to us directly. If you want to get on my calendar, it's tonytalk.net. and pick a time, and it's usually a 20-minute call, just so you know. So you got time, it's not just a couple minutes. So but if you need something right away from Debbie or I, you're working on a deal, buyer issue, seller, something going on, obviously, call the office or reach out to us directly. You don't have to book an appointment for that.
Right.
Stuff that
Yep.
you're not working on right now. Just because sometimes agents get confused. Like, I couldn't find something on your calendar. I'm like, yeah, no, that's in between calls. That's we
Yep.
help them
Yep.
out. And
Yep.
and same with that, in between meetings. That's what we try to handle before the next one. So, all right, that's it. Have a great day, and we hope to talk to many of you very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.